Okay, this test review is going to be recorded in 2 portions. So the first question, there are 9 showings of a film about endangered species at the Science Museum. A total of 459 people saw the film. The same number of people were at each show. So whenever you see the same number, that means divide. So our problem looks like 459 divided by 9. But then it says this word about. And it says select the numbers the quotient is between. So that means we're not finding the real answer. We are finding about how many. So in order to round, I'm going to underline the first 2 digits, which are 45, and see if 9 can go into them. And 9 can go into 45, which is 4. So I'd round to 450 divided by 9. And since I rounded that number down, now I'm going to round it up. So the next multiple of 9, so after 45, is 54. So I round to 54 divided by 9. Because we are rounding to multiples of our divisor. So when I do this problem, 45 divided by 9 is 5, so it was 50. 54 divided by 9 is 6, so 60. So my answer is in between 50 and 60. The next one, between which 2 numbers is the quotient 87 divided by 5? So I'm going to go ahead and solve this problem. 87 divided by 5. 5 goes into 8 one time. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract, I get 3. Bring down my 7. 5 goes into 37 7 times with 35. I subtract and I have 2 left over. So 17 remainder 2 is my real answer. Then I can look and see what my options are. It is in between 15 and 20. So what is the lowest, or the next lowest and the next highest in between this number? Okay, the next problem, look at the model. What division does it show? So when you're doing this, so our dividend, our first number, the number we're dividing, is how many pieces we have. And we can see that we have 19 pieces. Our divisor is how many groups we have, and we can see we have 3 groups. The arrow is also like our equal sign. And I can see that there are 6 in each group, so that is my quotient. And there's 1 that's left out, so there's 1 remainder. Alright, so the next ones, when we're trying to decide if it's a division problem that has a remainder, the first thing you want to do is see if you have any basic facts. So 28 divided by 4, that's a basic fact. I know that 4 times 7 is 28, so I know it will not have a remainder. And looking at this list, I also know that 45 divided by 5 is a basic fact. 5 times 9 equals 45, so it will not have a remainder. Now the next ones, we just want to go ahead and divide them so we can see if they have a remainder. So 2 goes into 3 one time. 1 times 2 is 2. Subtract, I have 1 left over. Bring down my 5. 2 goes into 15 7 times. 7 times 2 is 14. I have 1 left over. So remainder 1. So yes, it does have a remainder. And I'm going to do the same thing with 40 divided by 9. 9 cannot go into 4, but it can go into 40 4 times with 36, and that means that there's 4 left over. So yes, it does have a remainder. Okay, a park guide plans the swan boat rides for 40 people. Each boat can carry 6 at a time. So we're going to do 40 divided by 6. 6 cannot go into 4, but it can go into 46 times. 6 times 4 is 36. I subtract and I have 4 left over, which means I have a remainder of 4. The question is asking me, what is the best way to interpret the remainder? So that means, what does this remainder tell us? Well, it means that 4 can't fit. And that tells me I need to plan 1 more ride. So 1 extra ride, so that I can fit everybody. Nolan divides his 88 cars into boxes. Each box holds 9 cars. So we're going to see how many boxes we really need. 9 can't go into 8, but it can go into 88 9 times. 9 times 9 is 81. I subtract and I have 7 left over. So 9 remainder, 7 is my answer. But I want to make sure I can store all of my cars. So instead of just 9 boxes, and since I can't have a remainder of a box, I'm going to have to just get an extra box. So I need 10 total boxes. Number 7.